they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. They left in the middle of a cold night in 1984, but the Colts are back, and we're underway in Baltimore.
On the return is Duvernay. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
A timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Jackson on first down.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
To throw is Jackson. On the move to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play.
Well, yeah, keeping Lamar Jackson hemmed in, I'd have to think would be at the top of the list of things you need to do to slow him down. But what else is on that list?
Let's just go back to what you just posed at the top, keeping him hemmed in. So you got to tell your rushers they've got to have that controlled aggressiveness so they can't get outside of them and create big plays outside of the pocket, yet they still have to be aggressive enough to go after him. The second part of it is make sure that when he's on the run, you find those receivers downfield because they find their way open and he's able to deliver.
Yeah, like he did just on that last play. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal.
Now it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
His third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
To throw, it's Wentz. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
From the 39, Wentz.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor, and some room to work. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor,
his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away.
Back deep for the Colts, Nyheim Hines.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Running left, Taylor.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw here pulled in by Hilton.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. His first carry, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defense is awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just want to right past it.
And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Throwing is Jackson. A slant route caught by Bateman. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. To throw again is Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They go play action with Jackson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devin Duvernay. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Wentz now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wentz.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, excellent coverage there. Last week he had the interception. One reason why he was the AFC Defensive Player of the Week.
So no jokes about not having hands, right? Because he got the pick last week. This week, he's knocked down a ball in this game so far. Let's see if he can get an interception as this one continues.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3.
Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And some space here. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
87 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. On the give, this is Mack. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. They'll run the screen with Mack. Touchdown! Marlon Mack. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And I have to think that the Ravens are going to continue to find ways to get J.K. Dobbins the ball, and even more in the passing game this year. Just 18 catches as a rookie a year ago. Would not be surprised to see that number at least double in 2021.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
3 yards remain for second down.
Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one good for 37 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Still 9 remaining on second down.
Now Wentz.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A throw out wide caught by Pascal. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 44, Wentz. That ball caught by Campbell. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
First and 10, Taylor now.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Wentz. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Wentz now on 1st down.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 2nd and goal, Wentz rolling to his right. And he's got his man. It's It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Colts have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that gives them a 3-point lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. On the return is Duvernay.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Play action. Now Jackson. Out to his left.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because I nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important third down. Jackson will throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So after the INT, here's Wentz.
They'll get this off to Taylor.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on second down. Wentz. He'll check this down to Hines. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
102 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
On first down, it's Taylor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Wentz going to throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent game. But all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Wentz.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Jackson.
Eluding the pressure right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did. Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They go to the ground again with Taylor. He'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there but couldn't get much further. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Wentz to throw. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Indianapolis, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.